good, the bad, and the odd. It can only get better.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
So this is a day-to-day. Before we get into the movie, though, I just want to have a few housekeeping sort of stuff. Our feed has not been working properly at all. It broke a little while ago. I thought I'd fixed it, but no feeds have been going out. So I've decided to rearrange things, and I've moved the feed that I'm going to be resubmitting to our direct Libsyn feed, which is much more reliable. Basically, a WordPress plugin broke everything, and then when I recovered it, the WordPress plugin I use for RSS feeds, well, I couldn't find it anywhere. It was just I don't know how it was set up, so it's bugging everything up. So anyway, I'm moving to our web stuff to our Libsyn thing eventually. I'm still keeping the old one up while it's still running, but also I've been putting us on YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel, but there's still, because we got over 1,000 episodes, it takes a time to upload everything. It only does like 20 or 30 a day. But we've only got like 300 left out of 1,000. So we're on YouTube. I'll pimp that more when it's fully complete and actually put some stuff in show notes and sort of talk about it more explicitly next time, probably. However, a lot of our stuff won't get on because I use songs in it and the copyrights won't allow it. So I've lost a fair few episodes. All of my Twin Peaks stuff because I use a song from Twin Peaks in each one. All of my X-Files stuff because I use a Catatonia song in each one. So that's a bit of a shame, but I might be able to do something with that. I need to think about it and try and figure it out. But yes. So some things are changing. So people haven't been able to get to us really. That's the problem. The feed got killed basically. So if you were subscribed, you stopped receiving our stuff, which is a bit annoying. But what are you going to do? And I found that it's not like it was when I first set up like 12, 13 years ago. It's much more gatekeeping when you submit feeds, and they're very nitty. They're saying you need this tag in your RSS. I haven't got control of the RSS, so I can't add new stuff. So it's like, I give up. I'm gonna give up on the old feed and try and work on new stuff. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a Daisy. So what was I'm trying to remember what our
last one was the Avengers.
The Avengers. Oh yes. Sorry about that. But you picked Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes is our bridge here. And we watched Kubo and the Two Strings.
Kubo and a film I'd never even heard of. Have you seen it before?
I have not. I've seen other things by the same company.
Okay, is that what led you to pick it? Because it was the company. Okay. I have to say, straight off the bat, great pick. Good, very good movie. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting much, but it totally delivered. Such a step up from the Avengers as well. So this was a stop motion CGI kind of thing. It uses kind of a Japanese art style in places, I think.
Yeah, it's based on, I think it's pronounced ukiyo-e, which is like sort of Japanese panel art.
Okay.
You've probably actually seen a lot of ukiyo-e if you think of like traditional Japanese artwork.
Right.
Probably more. But the whole aesthetic is very, very Japanese, despite it being it's not a Japanese company, it's American.
Yeah, and I believe the story's original.
Yes.
But it feels like a traditional story.
It ticks a lot of boxes of traditional Japanese stories. There's a lot of like animal companions helping a young boy to beat a demon, basically.
And we got a lot of interesting voice work. We got Charlize Theron, Ralph Fiennes, Rooney Mara, George Takei pops up.
Yeah, as a bit part where he just goes, "Oh my."
Ah, yes, excellent. There was also one link to a film we did not long ago, which made me chuckle, which is Supergirl, the Supergirl movie. Brenda Vaccaro plays a character, and she was the friend of Selena in that movie. So that was interesting. I mean, she only has a couple of lines, much like George. But it was good to hear George Takei, even though it wasn't much of a part, really, frankly.
Yeah.
And the main actor playing, well, the actor playing Kubo is Art Parkinson, who name I didn't recognise, but he was like the youngest Stark in Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
Rickon, I
Yeah,
think his name
well,
was.
I just about remember. I looked at the picture, I remembered him vaguely, but yeah,
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 Rickon.
good voice work though. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Um,
convincing. So, yeah.
okay, so before we get into the spoiler stuff, because I suspect a lot of people haven't seen this.
Yeah, this is not a film that did spectacularly at the
No.
box office.
Um,
So it wouldn't be out of line to think that a lot of people might have not seen this.
Yeah,
But
I have to say I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really
yeah, I
solid film.
do highly
Very,
recommend it
yeah,
myself.
it's a high
So,
recommend. It's probably, I mean, younger kids could probably watch it, but I don't know if they'd be that entertained. But I think if you're
yeah, it
nine
get
plus, you're gonna like this,
it
right?
gets quite dark in a lot of places.
Yeah, but I don't think it's got enough interest for young. It's not
Yeah,
slapstick or well, there's a bit of that, I
yeah,
suppose. There is kind of some comedy where actually
mm,
saying all that, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I like it. Set in feudal Japan, and it's basically a young lad who has lost an eye, um,
mm.
but can play a what's the instrument called? It's a stringed
It's
instrument.
shamisen.
Shamisen, a
It's like
shamisen, because there's a biwa,
yeah,
right? So I get confused. Shamisen.
yeah,
But he's kind of magic. He can make origami shapes. He can make
yeah. He
things
can
take
make it
form.
like act out.
Yeah,
So he makes like little origami samurai, and they
yeah.
act out little stories.
But we can see he can manipulate other things playing this, like leaves and things like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But we find out he's got a back. His mother, who he lives with, is she's her mind is slipping, or her
yeah,
facilities are slipping. She can't remember things. He's kind of looking after her, and he uses his magic, sort of shimmerson playing to
to
earn a
earn money.
living to keep him alive. Keep him alive.
Yeah,
But the thing is, she tells him a story about how he lost his eye, how his father died saving them.
mm,
And he saved them from the Moon King, who is her father, his grandfather, who
yeah,
wanted Kubo's eyes, and he got one of them.
yeah,
And also her sisters, who also worked for her
yeah,
grandfather, hunting them. And basically, she keeps reinforcing a couple of things on him, which is
yeah,
never go anywhere without your little figurine monkey,
yeah.
right? And
And do
never
not be out in the moonlight.
in the moonlight because you'll be seen. Um,
Mm,
and that's been drummed into him. But he's got this wonderful ability. He's kind of sad because he doesn't know exactly what happened to his father because his mother can't remember.
no,
She
that
tells him part of the story, but she just cannot remember the rest. And it opens with this wonderful him telling the story, but it's the story he's telling the villagers, but we don't know that. But it's
yeah.
basically
He has a great like introduction to
yeah.
these.
If you need to
It's-
blink, blink now. Otherwise,
yeah, you
if
might
you
miss part of
yeah.
it.
But basically, if you don't concentrate,
Yeah,
I will die or something like that. I can't remember now the
yeah.
specifics.
You might miss out on the details, and those will be important.
Yes.
So
So there is that. But basically, he knows like the backstory about the Moon King,
yeah,
and he kind of believes it. But he does find out there's a festival going on where people can speak to their deceased
they're
loved
deceased
ones.
relatives. Yeah,
And that's where we hear George Takei, isn't it?
yeah. Well, in the explanation of that, it is when George Takei shows up because they're saying, that, oh, it'll be in the little lanterns that they set out,
Yeah.
and some kid points out, it's like, Daddy, get me that one. And he goes, oh my.
Oh my.
So
Yeah, and now it appears that his grandchildren or whatever they are to him, someone
yeah,
in his family, are able to talk to deceased relatives. Though we can't see them, they are talking to their deceased
yeah,
relatives. Now, Kubo's trying to talk to his father, but his father doesn't turn up.
yeah. And it doesn't respond.
But he gets
Mm,
cross and upset by this. Like, well, I
mm,
don't need you anyway. He screws up and throws it. But it makes him distracted about what time it is, and he's out after
yeah,
sunset, right?
yeah,
And then the scary twin aunts, voiced by Rooney Mara, both of them, find him and start taking. They're like weird, wraithy witch, white faced
yeah. They
witch
got
thing.
like a kind of a crow vibe to them.
Yeah, they
They
got
like
black
have these big
hats.
feathered cloaks, big broad brimmed hats, and they wear like porcelain masks.
Yes. Oh yeah, they were. It's their. I didn't realize it was masks they're wearing. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So they start attacking, but the mother suddenly appears and starts. They start fighting with magic. So there's
yeah,
magic elements to this, and she basically uses her powers to give Kubo some wings, like fairy
yeah.
wings.
So Kubo has the symbol of his father, Hanzo, on his like coat,
Coat.
which is a stag beetle. So she
Yeah,
like taps the image of the stag beetle. The beetle's wings flick out and come open and just launch Kubo out of
yeah.
the area.
Though he wants to be back with his mother, but she
Yeah.
sent him far away. Um, next thing we know, he's lying in snow and he wakes up and there's a monkey there
Mm.
talking to him. Uh, Basically, his wooden charm has turned into a monkey, a real monkey who can talk
Yeah.
and who explains your
Yeah.
mother used
Your
the
mother's
last of
food.
your magic to save you and bring me to life to look after you. And he said, "Oh well, this is embarrassing. I called you Mister Monkey and all this kind of stuff."
Yeah.
Um,
Because the
uh,
monkey is voiced by Charlize Theron.
yes, and
So,
who also voices his mother, right?
mm,
Uh,
yeah.
well, that could be the
Yeah.
magic of the mother has given voice to the monkey.
Yeah.
There's all that, right? And the village, she says the village has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Also, there's a little
Yeah.
like
His
origami
paper ferret.
samurai.
Yeah. Little Hanzo.
Because
That's
he
a
part of his trick is he brings origami figurines to life and they act out stuff he's telling,
yeah.
right? So we get a little, but it seems to be autonomous. It sort of tries
Yeah.
to communicate, can't talk, and the monkey's like, this can't be just origami. There must be scissors involved. There's that
Yeah.
kind of. On the way, Kubo kind of gets separated from the monkey, and she thinks he's being attacked by some monstrous beetle thing. But
Yeah.
it turns out it's
No, it's a
kind of a half man, half beetle.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
big beetle guy voiced by
Beetle
Matthew
guy.
McConaughey,
Yeah,
who's really friendly, quite forgetful, but does
yeah.
think that he was one of Hanzo's samurai.
Samurai. He kind of
So,
knows the name Hanzo and thinks he was a
yeah,
retainer. So he's kind of half beetle, half human. Very friendly, very helpful, but
yeah,
forgetful and kind of
yeah,
easily distracted as
yeah.
well. Um,
This guy is the Kid Appeal character because
yeah,
he's the one made doing all the silly sort of
it's a bit
sequences.
like what's it from Emperor's New Groove? What's his name?
Gronk.
Gronk from. It's that kind of vibe, right?
Yeah,
Matthew McConaughey kind of having fun here. Um, and they
yeah,
talk about part of the story we saw at the beginning is there's like this magic set of armor,
yeah.
and they decide they've got
The
they
sword unbreakable, the breastplate impenetrable, and the helmet invulnerable.
invulnerable. So it's a
So
free
they got
set.
our three MacGuffins to look for.
Yeah. So I mean, the vibe was when they started accruing people like a monkey and
Monkey and Beetle.
it kind of gave me a Wizard of Oz kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Uh,
kinda.
yeah, and it's kind
Yeah.
of cool. They then they basically they figure out the sword unbreakable was in this cave, but a giant skeleton is guarding it.
Yeah, they introduce it quite well because they're like, oh, they go into the cave and the sword is kind of just right there on a platform.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, this is clearly a trap, but
they
let's
don't
go get the
realize
sword. And yeah, Gashadokuro what pops up, a giant glowing orange skeleton.
skeleton whose head, his skull is embedded with different swords.
Yeah.
So they quickly
And
realize that the
they
sword is probably in his head, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you have watched during through the credits because Studio Leica have like a thing they do where during the credits they do some sort of skit. So for example, in Coraline, there's just a bit where they show the animation process of Coraline, and she's like pushing away the animator's hands as and like sort of swatting at him. In this, at during the end credits, you got to see the Gashadokuro
Yeah,
model,
yeah.
and it's about 20 feet tall.
Right. Wow.
It's
No, I
massive.
missed that. I mean, what in the end credits? 'Cause
Yeah,
I watched a fair bit of those. I
if you
watched the
watch through to the
song.
end credits, they
Okay.
yeah.
I watched the song. You know, the
Yeah.
closing song, which is quite lovely, actually.
Yeah, my
Um,
favorites is Box Trolls, where they have a discussion about the state of the universe. It's like, what if we're just cosmic playthings, and the frame rate slows down, so you start to see the people coming and doing the movements,
okay,
and it just sort of
nice.
slows down until the point where they
Yeah.
stop moving.
So
So
we have this action sequence where they're trying to fight the skeleton. At this point, we find out Beetle can actually fly. It's like, Beetle,
yeah,
you can fly. He goes, can I? Oh yeah, and all this, and they're
yeah,
trying to sort of outwit and outfight this skeleton just by
yeah.
moving a lot and running away when it's trying to step on them and stuff like that.
Mm.
This I started feeling a bit Jason in the Argonautsy. It was that kind of
Yeah, it was a bit
going on.
Talos.
I don't know why I thought of Bartok the Magnificent. I'm sure there's a bit with some giant thing that kind of looks similar to this, but I can't remember. Maybe that
Mm.
was a house with legs. I can't remember. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So in the end, they're pulling out all the swords, but they're all and they said, "This is the sword." There's a joke, funny joke. This is the sword unbreakable. Oh, it broke. Things like that.
yeah,
And finally, they get the sword, and the skeleton stops. It powers the skeleton basically, and it stops
yeah,
moving. But then just disintegrates, so they all like go plummeting to the ground, but manage to get out of it. So there's some cool stuff there. Really good CGI, um,
yeah,
really effective. Um, then they come. They need to get to the breastplate, so they got the sword unbreakable.
yeah.
They then have to
They need to get to the
find a
breastplate
lot
impenetrable,
in a
and
lake. It's in a
they
massive
discover
lake.
it's called the Long Lake.
It's more
And
like a
that's
sea, frankly.
Yeah, it's an
Uh,
ocean. Like
yeah,
they sail out, and it's there's no land visible in the horizon.
yeah. So they go out, and
Hmm.
is it? I nearly said Kronk. Is it Beetle that jumps in because he wants to find a fish or something?
Yeah,
Um,
so they realize that it's definitely underwater somewhere.
yeah.
And separate to this, Beetle's been showing Kubo how to shoot an arrow,
Yes.
and they've been practicing on fish. And
Yeah.
Beetle's like, "Oh, I'll just go in and see if I can find it and find the fish."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he dives
So he
in.
dives in. Then Kubo separately dives in, but then
Yeah,
one of the sisters. Is it just one? It's just one of the
yeah.
sisters.
One of the
Right.
sisters shows up and
And
attacks.
the monkeys actually got the sword.
Yeah, the monkey starts wielding the
So they
sword
start
Unbreakable to
fighting.
fight them.
And I mean, the sisters who's attacking her is saying things like, I have killed creatures
Yeah,
that you
creatures that
couldn't
would
fit
put the
on a
universe on
finger.
a thumbnail.
Yeah, so beating you is gives me no honor. And Monkey's like, well,
Oh,
imagine
yeah,
how you're gonna feel when you lose.
yeah.
And they're fighting away, and she's putting up a good fight.
Monkey
Monkey's
does have some incredible shit talking in
Yes,
this film.
yes.
So
And meanwhile, Kubo's getting deeper and deeper and comes across the breastplate, right?
yeah,
And
but he also
actually,
finds something called the Sea of Eyes.
well,
So
I did like the fact the breastplate was really big, and as soon as he fitted into it, it shrank to his size. That was kind
yeah,
of a nice touch, and he started glowing. But he found all those eyes, those very
yeah,
Lovecraftian kind of looking thing. It's
yeah. It
basically
was
big floating
hypnotic.
eyes, and it
Like
was hypnotizing him.
he looked
Um,
into it, and then he saw his mother and Monkey. And
yeah,
yeah, some other stuff comes up, but then we swing to the surface. Monkey and the sister is fighting,
yeah,
and here's where we get the sort of twist. Even though
yeah. It's
Shelley's
kind
throwing
of
voices
obvious.
both characters,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's the
I
reincarnation of
saw
his
both
mother.
twists coming a mile away. I have to
Yeah,
say, and there is a
it
one
was
with
once they started bickering that
yes,
it was like, yeah,
yeah.
this is the dad.
But
So,
basically, Monkey's kind of injured, but recovers quickly, but manages to vanquish the sister, right?
yeah.
And basically, we find out Monkey is his mother,
Mm.
and
Though she's only got a limited time as the
time.
monkey.
Yeah, the magic's fading, right?
Yeah.
Um, and with that, Beetle sort of says, don't worry about Kubo. I will look after him." And she's like,
Yeah.
"It's good to know that when I'm not here, someone will be looking after him."
Mm.
And then we get the more exposition about how this all happened. Basically, she was one of three sisters who did the bidding of the Moon King, who's the big
Yeah.
evil, big bad in this.
Yeah.
Um, who sends them to kill
Sends them to
Hanzo.
kill
But
any. She
he
says
fight.
they're there to kill anyone that starts to gather the relics
Yeah,
because they start to become threats to the Moon King.
the Moon King. But they're fighting Hanzo, but Hanzo looks her in the eyes and says, "You
Uh,
are my quest." Right?
yeah,
Um, and they fall in love straight away.
yeah, yeah.
Which enrages the Moon King, but they run away, they hide, they
They
have
have a child,
child.
but Moon King's able to find them, steals one of Kubo's eyes, and the story starts.
Yes,
So,
yes. We do have a dream where Kubo meets an elderly man who is his grandfather, who
yeah,
starts explaining, I want you to become infinite. I'm doing, all that sort of
yeah.
stuff. Um, um, and I can't, I
He
think, doesn't
directs
he?
them to the helmet will be.
The helmet will be, which is
He
weird.
points them to Hanzo's old fortress.
Yeah.
It's like,
Um,
okay.
but they go there, but it's a trap, right?
Yeah, of course it's a trap.
So the other sister turns up, and
Just
at
kind of
this
starts
point,
bodying everyone.
yeah,
Like,
she basically stabs Beetle through the back, doesn't she?
stabs Beetle through the back, kills Monkey.
And
This is after
basically
just a
says,
moment of being like, oh yeah, by the way, it's funny that you found this guy because this is your husband.
yeah, you didn't
We
even
tore
know.
out all his memories. You
Yeah,
didn't even know. And even
yeah,
Beetle turns to us like, I'm sorry, I just do not know. Like,
yeah.
he's
That's kind of
apologizing for it.
so. Kubo's been traveling with his parents without
Yeah,
even knowing it, right?
yeah,
Yes, that's grim. That's really grim.
yeah,
So Monkey gives Kubo some time,
yeah.
and he managed to get the helmet on, right?
Well, no, Kubo strikes one of his strings and it breaks the string,
Oh,
but it
okay.
kills the sister.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And Beetle and Monkey die off screen,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
after the his explosive spell.
Should have mentioned he does
So,
a lot with that with his talents. He builds a
yeah,
ship, for example, with leaves,
yes,
while Monkey and Beetle are bickering about how they're going to get because Beetle's saying, "I can carry him across the water, but I can't carry you because that's your solution." It's all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Meanwhile, Kubo's building the boat as they're even arguing with his powers, right?
mm.
Kubo then manages. He does break
He breaks the last of his strings
strings.
to
Yeah,
get back to the village because they figure out that the helmet wasn't at the fortress,
it was
but it
a
was in the
faker.
village
Yeah,
as the bell.
bell. And when he puts it on, the whole suit glows, doesn't it? It becomes really
Mm.
powerful. And then he has a fight with his grandfather in monstrous form, like a weird
Yeah, his
insectile
grandfather
sea.
sort of like descends and starts giving his own explanations. Like once I take your other eye, you won't see all this mortal stuff.
Stuff,
You'll
and
be
you'll
able
be,
to see the infinite
yeah,
cosmos.
yeah. Um, so but Kubo basically
Kubo rejects it. So
rejects it,
like,
talks about how important memories are, and that
mm,
uses those against the Moon King. Um,
mm.
and then the Moon King kind of just becomes a mortal old man and doesn't remember who he is or what he's
Yeah,
done.
so when Kubo got sent away from when his mother like launched him away, he was able to like the last thing he did was grab a bit of the hair,
Yeah,
which he tied as like a little arm wristband.
yeah,
And then when he after the fight in the Hanzo's old fortress, he took the bowstring of the Beetle's bow and did the same thing.
right.
And then in this fight, the weapon and the armor is working, but not. Kubo can't kill him, but he
No,
can't be killed.
yes,
Uh, so he strings his shamisen with his mother's hair, his father's bowstring, and one of his own hairs,
yeah,
and he starts to invoke all the memories of the village people,
Village,
and
yeah.
that protects them from the Moon King,
Yeah,
and
and basically
eventually
beats
lets
him.
them subsume him.
Yeah.
So
And this is like an old elderly man who can see, because one of the things about the Moon King is he can't see. Is that right? Did
yeah,
I
he's
misunderstand?
blind,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's like more symbolically.
Okay.
So like
He
is
chooses to
he
be,
can
but
he's in the same state that he wants Kubo to be in.
yeah.
So
Um, but he can't remember it. And Kubo's like, "Oh yeah, you're well liked in this village. Everyone,
yeah,
you're very kind, and everyone really likes you." But the rest of the villagers cotton on very quickly and start again, sort of saying, "Oh yeah, we love having you around. You do all these
yeah,
things for us and all this." And he goes, "Well, I don't remember any of this." And it says, "Well, you can carry on as you were." So basically,
yeah,
it's assuming through kindness rather than trying to
yeah.
kill him or any of that. And then um, there's quite a nice touch. I should have mentioned earlier in the picture. There's a point where golden cranes are flying and they're kind of making a certain cooing and stuff. And the
Yeah,
mother
they
says, "That's the some people believe that's the song of the spirit. The spirits they're carrying, the souls they're carrying, because they
mm,
play I Spy, don't they? And it's S and it's soul and
yeah,
stuff like that. And then it ends with the cranes doing their noise, so kind of
mm.
brings it full circle.
And you see Kubo stood there with both his parents as
Yes.
humans again.
Yeah, because I thought that was part of the ceremony where he could talk to his deceased relatives. I didn't realise they they weren't actually back as humans,
No,
were
no,
they?
no, that
No,
was the soul, but they were not
that
in
was
the
the
animal
ceremony. Yeah,
states. They
yeah,
weren't
yeah.
they weren't beetle and monkey.
No,
They
they
were
weren't
back as their human
back as
selves.
the human selves. Yeah, really nice, and I really like the closing song over the end credits, which was basically a version of "While My Guitar Gently
Yeah,
Weeps." Really sweet, with a sort of Japanese feel, right?
yeah.
Really nice. I don't know who did that song, but it was really nice. Regina Spector. Apparently, I
Mm,
don't know who that is, but yeah,
yeah,
a really nice song.
yeah,
Shame this didn't do better. It deserved
yeah,
to. It
yeah.
deserved to. I don't know why. I mean, was it reviewed
It
well? It
came
was
out.
reviewed well.
It basically was wedged between. Its release date was wedged between Suicide Squad and Sausage Party, so it kind of didn't get any advertising space. And
Okay,
they,
because they
while
were
those
both
movies were
pushed, weren't
bad, and they did gangbusters, like they made a lot of money. So,
they? Yeah. No, this was an effective and fun film.
mm,
And deserves to be seen by more people, I'd say. I
yeah.
was really surprised how good it was. It was thoroughly engaging.
Mm.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
So great
very
choice.
fun. I
Great
do
choice.
highly recommend seeing if you can watch other Leica movies. So that's Coraline, Paranorman, Box Trolls. Missing Link was a more recent one. That's really good.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
I'm just looking at the maker. He said this story that we were partly inspired by Miyazaki's work. Yeah, okay. Didn't really look like Miyazaki, but I could see the inspiration.
Yeah.
And also Kurosawa, Seven Samurai, and
Okay, so there is a bit of controversy about the director here,
oh
because
yeah,
basically the guy who was actually pitching it and did most of the production work, according to everyone, uh, only got credited as story and creative
oh,
director.
that's bad. That's
And
bad.
this Travis Knight stepped in and took over directing uh, to make his directorial debut with someone else's work, really.
Wow, that's not good. That isn't good. Oh well, that taints it a little.
Yeah,
However, it is a wonderful film. Whoever was
yeah.
responsible for it can
Shannon
be proud.
Tyndall is the guy who's purportedly the actual creator,
Yeah.
has done a lot of good stuff we like that will know about. So like he did, for example, did some work in Samurai Jack. Did you watch The
Okay.
Croods? He did
Cruise, yeah, the cruise is great.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, did a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I did enjoy this film greatly, I have to
Mm.
say. I haven't got much more to say about it.
Yeah.
It's a pleasant. I will watch it again sometime. I might even buy it on Blu-ray actually.
Mm.
So I've got it, to hand. I did enjoy this.
Yeah.
One more for older kids, I think. Youngsters
Yeah.
would probably be all right with it. It's a little dark in places. But I'm not sure they'd be kept. Their attention wouldn't wander, but maybe not. You know, there's a beetle and a monkey, so maybe
Yeah.
who knows?
Who couldn't like that?
Yeah. How would you rate this?
I'd rate this an easy 8 or 9.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8. 8 out of 10
Yeah.
for me. Very solid. Good pick for the Daisy Daisy, and it'll be my
Mm.
pick. And I've got some quite good
Yeah, you got some quite good
actors
choices here.
to make a choice
So,
from. So
yeah.
yeah, I'll give that some thought, and we'll see how we go.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Let's wind out there, I think. So
Okay.
bye from me.
Bye.